Welcome to the Pop of the Love Sponge After Show. It's me, Lummy, Anna, Blitz, with a little bit of the Pomeranian when we talk about sports, but we can't talk about sports because that makes Anna mad.
It doesn't make me mad.
She sits there and looks.
There's a sports show, and
She looks miserable. She wants to know when I'm returning her man. Ask your man when he's returning. When he's returning. I don't know if he's driving with me or driving.
The plan is, as of now, to go with you.
Okay, so we'll be leaving like Friday morning.
Yep.
Something like that.
And then coming back Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
evening.
something like that.
All right.
Big Mike is dropping by the golf cart today.
Awesome.
Lummy, I talked to Blitz about it. You know, one of these soon, getting that whole area that you, Rhett, and Blitz work in to look like less of a bomb shelter and more of a working area.
What is your ultimate plan with the other studio?
Whatever you want to do with it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't.
Because I know it was like.
Well, I don't think we need it at all. I don't think we need any of it.
Right.
And I think that we could probably keep the board as a parts board for this.
Yeah, no question.
And then any other component that you could potentially use, mic processors, whatever. Like we kind of go in there, determine what we genuinely could potentially use,
Sure.
and then sell, eBay, throw away, give away the rest.
Okay, I just didn't know if you had a plan for that room or what the.
No,
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'd like to be able, long-term wise, to make put some shelvings
That's
up.
perfect. That's what I was thinking
And
too.
make it your complete parts room.
Yeah, or like the buildings. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, but just make it more of an engineering parts room.
Yes.
Like for, that you had. Hey, if you need an extra RE 2020, it's in there.
Yes.
Rip out the cabinetry.
Yep.
The whole 9 yards,
Okay,
and literally make it.
That's perfect. I would love to do that.
Yeah, and then taking the board out, you could just literally probably lean that on the in the corner
No,
somewhere.
I mean I'll get it on a shelf or something.
Okay, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
because I don't think that room will ever could or needs to be a studio.
Correct.
So we can. That's kind of what I have in mind.
Yeah, and especially if you end up doing, remodeling the front a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll need space to store some stuff.
Right.
So. All right. That'd be perfect.
And then, if we were to do podcasting from, I want to build a podcasting set on stage.
Yes.
That we might be able to use something out of, probably
Sure.
not.
We can use some of it.
I got to think that maybe some of the boards out of Manson or Carl's office might be more podcasting user-friendly than...
Possibly.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my plan. My plan is just let's gut it out.
Okay.
Buy or build some shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Probably buy, because if you buy them, you can assemble them, and you don't have to go into the drywall. Buy. Hell, we can almost, Lummy. Don't we have a bunch of metal shelves in the containers?
Yeah, we did. They should be still there.
Whatever. We'll figure it out. Buy
Okay.
shelving or. Have them. I just don't like drilling into the drywall, and if you don't
build
have
shelves. They can be freestanding. They don't have to be in the drywall.
Yeah, build shelves and let it go crazy. That's probably what we probably should start doing.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Lummy, I'm headed to the Yankees game today. I better probably take some sunscreen, wear a hat.
It's a little not a lot cloudy. It's a little cloudy out, so that'll help. But as far as burning wise goes, that's the worst.
Lummy, I just got an email that said at noon they close that left-handed turn from Dale Mabry onto Steinbrenner Avenue. They close that at noon. So it looks like I'm going to have to go up to MLK and hang a left, or go around the stadium down Himes, make a left on MLK, and come in straight from MLK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more familiar with that area.
Or if you came around the airport way, like if you take a left at Tampa Bay Boulevard,
right,
and came around HCC,
and
then turn in that way.
Lois.
Yeah,
that'd probably be easier, right?
Yeah, and then you make a right into the parking lot.
Look at you.
So, make a left on Tampa Bay Boulevard.
Yes.
Take that down to the first, like I think it's a roundabout.
Yeah, it's a roundabout.
Yeah,
That's lowest.
Stay to the right.
Yep.
Head on down, then make another right where I think the
Martin Luther King.
Buffalo Powder Avenue, whatever.
Yeah, but Martin Luther King, but I think that's like a state like
the DMV.
tags, DMV deal.
Yep.
And then your right-hand Willie right into the joint, and I got like super VIP parking.
100 feet away.
And by the way, I'm going to do my my food review eating a hot dog.
Nice.
Because when you go to a ball game, you eat it's
Tradition.
Yeah.
Lots of mustard.
You know what? I could send the merch crick up to go get me a hot dog, and there would be no chance in the world that
she knows better.
That she would bring a mustard.
Doesn't want to get
back.
hit again.
She doesn't want to get a fucking black eye.
Yeah, that'd be a nice thing.
Can you imagine if you dotted your girl's eye right there
for bringing mustard?
Yeah, sir, we're arresting you. Do you know why? You're like, yeah, because my bitch brought mustard to a ketchup event.
Stupid bitch. They hit her in the other eye.
Did you call your connection and see if you could get me into the Yippee?
Yes, I've sent a message over to him.
Yippee zone?
Yeah, I sent a message over. The problem is that
the problem is that
they're a little busy.
Yeah, and they're real busy because this is the real deal.
Oh yeah, no,
this is what pays the bills. These 30 days are what pays the bills.
Yep,
right?
Pretty much. Yes, it is.
These 30 days, which I think is only about maybe 16 games, right?
At home games, yeah.
Right. These 16 games now. Supposedly Blitz went online, and there's not a lot of seating available. Like this might be sold out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with St. Louis. That
Blitz, which makes every reason for me to have somebody tries to come. I got 4, buddy. I got 4. Don't sit there, because I did a 2 for 4 deal.
You need somewhere to put your Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
And your hot dog.
Have you had a hot dog at the game before?
Yes, I have.
What kind are they as good as a Zuber dog?
Oh, nothing's as good as a Zuber dog.
I will put you on warning. I got to poop. I do have to poop.
Oh.
And so I don't want to cut my poop short, And now, Anna, do you ever have a poop window where you got to poop, and then if you hold the poop in too long, then you lose the poop?
It's rare, but it can happen.
We were all kind of wondering something yesterday after the after show.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Were you able to let one loose?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could tell.
Oh my God, that
From
was
the
a poop?
whole building.
No.
Upstairs.
Yeah, we know.
I went upstairs, which is what I do a lot when I want to poop. Because listen,
hold on.
I feel there's a layer of building between us.
Oh, there wasn't anything between that.
You did it in the clubhouse?
Junior.
Lummy thought it was the drains all backed up. We were
I thought it was a dead rat.
We were looking in drains. He poured water in the in the shower.
Wait, I thought you pooped when you were watching your videos.
Blitz, I might want to, honest to God, get a hold. I know that I promote Allen Plumbing, but we might have a backflow problem here in the building, because sometimes in the clubhouse, it'll smell like poop, and a lot of people say it's because I got a sink up there and I have 2 toilets up there. But
if you use them fairly often, that shouldn't be a problem.
But I don't, and so a lot of people's like, because you don't run the sinks. And you don't run that one bar sink that the P-trap gets dry.
Oh, yeah. All you got to do is put water in it.
And so once a week I need to go up there and run the water.
Wait a minute. I thought you pooped when you were watching the videos very loudly down here.
Well,
I did, but then...
He said it was only Barbie boots.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you had
not good.
The Grand Slam was upstairs because Bubba, it was fucking bad.
It was sponsored by Hormel Chili.
It sure was.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
I thought it was a dead rat.
Oh, my God. And then... once you get a real good, once you get a good shit going, I mean, nothing is more liberating.
We were all walking around with our shirts over our faces. We had more masks on than we did during COVID.
I gotta have. You know what I have to do is I'm gonna have to get one of those automatic air fresheners to spray in the hallway there.
He tried to kill us.
Lummy, you know where that camera is? The Bing camera right there with the painting, the ping.
Yeah.
If I put one of those little deal, and it just like every every hour spritzes a little little vanilla, little something.
Yeah, something.
Oh, I had a shit yesterday, and I got a shit now, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not even told Dan, my doctor, this, but I was going through I thought I had maybe colon cancer.
Oh no.
Oh, because you're
When
bleeding
was
so
this?
much?
No, well, like about 3 weeks ago, I went like 2 straight weeks with every one of my bowel movements being very bloody. And
Bright red?
bright red. And so I've been through this before where it's an anal fissure or it's a hemorrhoid.
Right.
And so, but usually that only lasts about, maybe 4 or 5 days. Well, this lasted about 3 weeks. Every shit that I took was, I just almost locked myself up because I thought I was on regular radio. every poop I took was just like, looked like a fucking murder scene.
Oh.
So,
dang.
So, just last week, it completely stopped, and now I'm back to just regular, shit. When I wipe, I'd wipe, and sure enough, that first wipe, you always look, and it looked like, somebody killed a baby, and like
You're having
literally.
miscarriage.
And I was like, I didn't tell the merch crick because she would have been just flipped the fuck out, had me going to the doctor. I didn't tell Dan because I've been through this before. I think you all kind of know your bodies a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
hope
listen,
so.
I've been through, this is not, and I Googled it. And it's like, if it's dark brown, dark,
that's bad.
Dark blood is bad, but
Dark red,
really,
yeah.
really, really red blood is one of like 3 things: a hemorrhoid, an anal fissure, or like a polyp, which a polyp's not good.
No, hemorrhoid.
I think it was a hemorrhoid with maybe a blowed out O-ring chaser, and it
Okay.
just finally healed itself. And my
Can you
shit's
feel it when it puckers out?
yeah,
when it
your
prolapses?
ass is yeah, and it. But the thing about it is, you don't have to push your asshole back in; it just naturally goes back in.
No,
Oh,
when
some
you're
people
when
do.
you're pooping, Bubba, are you a hard pusher?
Well, that's another thing. I used to be a hard pusher,
Okay.
and when I would hard push, I'd sometimes get the blood.
Well, yeah, that's not good for you.
So I've been trying to, when I have a shit, go shit. So because I got the urge,
I mean,
and
you gotta
I'm not
push,
having to
but-
push.
Yeah.
But so like I just told Anna a few minutes ago, hey, have you ever had it like where you have a shit, then you lose it? Well, I've been trying not to lose my shits. And so when I got a shit, I go shit.
Okay.
And then I feel like I've had a better result with regards to not blowing out my asshole and having, bright red.
So sometimes you're
if-
saying
if-
that the feeling disappears, but other times it increases, right? It gets worse and worse and worse and worse until it's an emergency.
No. Like I never have an emergency.
Really?
No, never. I can fucking hold my shit. But
Oh no.
but
Yeah.
I cannot.
well, yeah, like
I can be
very-
hurt. I can be hurting, but I can still hold it.
Yeah, I can. I think
Really?
the
Oh,
older
yeah.
you get, the more the more you've conditioned your
Oh,
colon
I
to.
can't do that.
Oh yeah, like I could shit. Like I could really, really have to shit, and I could hold it 5, 6, 8, 10 minutes if I needed to.
Oh, I mean, I've gone to events and like gotten there, and I was like, "Ooh, I could probably go right now." And like hours later, been like, "Okay, I have to now."
Yeah,
Hours?
Yeah, if you have to.
hours.
Oh, I
mean, look,
cannot.
there's sometimes when it's like, "Hey, look, I gotta get to a bathroom ASAP." But like for the most part, man, you can hold it.
I mean, look at my
Oh.
bladder control. I drink. Usually, at least. I've been drinking tea, Lipton's iced tea with like Sweet and Low or whatever the fuck, like Splenda.
Okay.
I've been drinking that.
I saw you had like a Monster tea today.
I did.
Oh.
I did. So I drink probably 3 or 4 like usually 2 Monsters in a bottle of water I drink during the show.
It's a lot of liquid.
But I very rarely go to the bathroom.
I know.
I mean, I can
You have
go.
lately, the past like recently, you have, but
Yeah, a little bit, like maybe once a day. But there'll be weeks that I'll go
Yeah.
and never,
Leave your seat.
Yeah. Today I got up and wanted to go look outside, and Anna and I had a little confrontation in the green room, and I kind of got a little physical with her, and then she fucking yelled, like if you just touch her, like if you
I
just,
didn't even hear.
I know, thank God. I'm going.
hit me again.
I'm going
Just
somewhere
shut
with
up.
this blitz. So I go. So I grab her, and I try to get her like in a wrist lock, and she immediately like, ow, ah, like remember when you touch Rain Man?
Trust me, I know.
Remember Dustin Hoffman? As soon as you touch him as Rain Man, he'd go, ah, ah, ah. Like just even a touch.
Touching her pretty much is like touching Rain Man.
Yeah, she has
tell
that
you all
same.
of the dates?
She has that same type of deal. Not even an accosting. Like you could just go, "Hey Anna," and like kind of act like you're gonna grab her hard, and she instantaneously makes it a big fucking ordeal. So I said to her, I said, "Listen, bitch, why don't you shut the fuck up before he comes in
He's
here?"
slamming against the wall.
And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I go, "If he comes in here, he'll shoot me, and then there is no more show. Have you ever thought about that, bitch? Have you ever
You don't have a
thought?"
job.
And then she kind of looked at me, and she goes, "What?" I go, "Think about it. If he saw me manhandling you, he'd shoot me, but then you don't have a job." And she's like, "Oh, okay, Bubs." And then she went and got, then
You slam against the wall.
and then I slammed her again. No, I didn't. But then fucking bitch didn't have what she was looking for. She was looking for an ice cold water, and she didn't have one.
Okay.
So I go, "Oh, guess what, bitch? I got some cold one. I got some cold ones in mine." My fish goes, "Oh, Papa, we can have a cold water, Papa." And I gave her a cold water.
You did. Thank you so much.
So but next
That's
time,
that's when Kevin was here.
right?
Because it was just me and Kevin in the studio.
Thank God Kevin was in here distracting you because you're usually around every fucking nook and cranny, and every time she makes a little outburst, you're out there fucking red light, red dot Willie.
Well, yeah.
That's his job.
Well, you do understand, Blitz, as you've gotten to know her a little bit, that her screaming might not be a big deal. Like it could just be an outburst. So don't come
She could yell like someone's ready to kill her, and I say, "What's wrong?" She goes, "I think I saw a bug."
Right.
Jeez.
Well, that's
So-
usually when I start gagging.
Usually, please understand, Blitz, before you are unholstered and are taking aim, that it could be a false alarm.
Of course.
False
You can
flag.
shoot a guy and he didn't even need to be shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to assess the situation before you just start fucking shooting.
That's what the taser's for.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I get. Yeah, exactly. Anna, how much would it take? Give me a dollar amount for us to tase you. For
Tase me?
for 1 second. We're just playing a game. We're not going to fucking tase you. But like if I said, "Anna, how much? Give me a price for me to put that on your arm." For Blitz, can you do it for 1 second once? Yeah, right there. How much for that?
$1,000.
For real? If I said I'll bring you $1,000
I feel
bucks
like I
tomorrow.
may have undercut myself.
Yeah,
if
if
you-
you-
If you get a BH tattoo, we'll promise not to do it.
Okay, well, I'm not
you know,
Carmen, so.
you know what the thing about it, Blitz, talking about that, is I can't believe that flew corporately. How in the fuck did that? Now, I was somewhat insulated back in the day because I wasn't in the studios. I was a satellite facility.
Sure.
So it wasn't happening on corporate ground, so to speak. But how can you tattoo your co-host's butthole on terrestrial radio? I'm asking
Did
for
they do it on the air?
I think so.
Or was it
Yeah,
she
they
got
did.
it done and she showed the guys?
No, I think it was on the air,
No,
and
it
then
was-
she also showed.
It was on,
Oh, yeah, I think Kyle Roos did it. He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that happened.
like how did and I'm not trying to be Johnny Sour Grapes or anything like that. Like I'm just trying to wrap my head around how that works. Like how that's not a
Well, what'd
you
you
know,
do
I've been
today?
fired for less. Like I don't understand necessarily how that works. And who'd want to get your butthole tattooed? My Lord! First of all, nobody can see it, and second of all,
Oh, I don't know. I think a lot of people saw it.
Yeah, Jim Norton did.
really,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and Big J Okerson. They were both in studio, and she pulled down her pants and showed him her asshole because she's classy like that.
yeah, and then she concussed you.
No, that was, I think, after she concussed me. But nevertheless,
But nevertheless, how does that whole fucking world of that particular show with that particular person or those group of people, how are they allowed? Like, I don't get it. I don't get, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What's up with this Trey Nichols deal?
Tyree, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Tyree Nichols. They're doing an
I
investigation.
got apparently 20 more hours of footage they need to comb through.
20 hours.
Yeah, I'm
Wasn't
confused by that, but-
the arrest was what?
I don't know. I don't know. It felt like it was only a few minutes, but maybe I was wrong. It was probably like leading up to it,
Faced
afterwards,
a
and
judge for
talking
the first
about
time
it.
Friday. All five pleaded not guilty.
Just letting you know, there's a part of the video where I don't know if he's dead or just injured, but you may not want to
All
show
right, yeah,
it.
I won't.
Sorry.
And we can't really play a lot of it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's right.
Yeah, because we'll get a copyright, Willie. But I will tell you that all 5 police officers. Now, I think they all pled not guilty, but was this their arraignment? 5 fired police officers pled not guilty and drivers beating. So I think this might have been their first time. I think she set it up, and I'll just play it quickly.
Yeah.
I think she set it up by saying that this was maybe their first court appearance.
I believe so, but don't
I think
quote me on
so.
it.
Yeah, me too. Hold on here. Let me see. Let me just see here. It's giving me a...
Of Tyree Nichols faced a judge for 5 former Memphis police officers charged in the beating death of Tyree Nichols faced a judge for the first time Friday.
There you go. So, yeah, this is the first time that these 5 police officers have actually... Is that called when you're arraigned?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is when you
the first time you're seen in front of a judge?
Yes, this is like when the state now has come up with all the...
official charges.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you enter your official plea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are these guys being held without bond, or are they free?
You know, I don't
know that either.
I would have to, I don't know. I'd have to assume they'd be let out on bail or bond.
I would assume so too, but this is such a highly volatile and such
Could have been a lot worse. Good thing they were black.
Oh, my God. Thank God.
Yeah, it's true.
It could have been so much worse.
Oh, it could have been a Derek Chauvin
It would have been
deal.
the end of the United States of America.
It looks like all 5 of them got out on bail.
Okay.
Well, they got a strong police union nonetheless, and that's usually how it works. A cop, I think Chauvin was out on bail. No, I don't think Chauvin was out on bail. Was he? Let me ask an old girl.
I don't remember.
Hey, Alexa, was Derek Chauvin on bail during the trial?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, yes. By the way, I can set up a routine to turn on lights when a person is detected by your Ring doorbell. Would you like to try it?
No, because I don't have a Ring doorbell.
You don't?
Looks like he was released on $1 million bail. Those other guys
Now,
were $250, $350.
Will they? Would the police union take care of that, or do they lawyer up individually? You know. And you know, they're going to have to lawyer up.
Well,
and when you lawyer up, I'm just going to tell you right now, when you've been accused of a crime, whether it's civilly or criminally, which I have been, on both, you know, on all of them but one, the radio station paid for my defense. On the last one, they didn't, and it almost killed me. Because the people that are suing you, or the people that are suing you, knows that you have limited resources.
Of course. And
they are a huge Fortune 500 company. And so all they do is churn you. They just churn. They just make everything goes to every ruling has to go in front of a judge. Everything that most lawyers can usually just work out amongst themselves. John calls Jim, their opposing counsel. Hey, Jim, do you got that discovery from? Yeah, I got it. I'll get it over to you. I knew that if we went in front of a judge, I'd have to give it to you anyway. So, yeah, I'll get it to you. I mean, there's a lot of that goes on in lawyer work.
And it really sucks, and that's a smart way for them to do it.
Right, but lawyers can... Fortune 500 companies can absolutely, or even just larger companies, or influential people, rich people that have more money than you, can just absolutely suck you. I mean, I lost everything trying to defending myself in this particular lawsuit. I mean, my legal bill was $700,000 plus, and it was every dollar I had. Lost my house, lost the studio. But having to lawyer up, regardless of whatever situation you may be in, is the worst. I mean, oh my God, is the absolute worst, because lawyers, they know that they got you, and then they play the fucking churn game.
Yeah, and big companies, they'll do that to like the little guys.
Yeah, a lot of times it's called a slap suit. Well, they'll slap one on you.
Yep.
And,
because they know you really can't defend yourself.
Right. And by the time you get in front of the judge, there's been so much money exchanged. I mean, usually, Blitz, it's a $7,500 to $10,000 retainer.
Mm-hmm.
That's on a small case. And, it's, $750 an hour, $500 to $750 an hour for your lawyer to work on this case.
And what sucks is say you're sued by a company and they say, oh, well, we're willing to settle for $25,000. You're like, there's no way I would do that. And then by the time you're done and you're in court, you're $50,000 deep. You might win, but you'd have almost been better off just paying it.
Yeah. Or they,
depending
or
on
they
the
run,
case,
or they run
obviously.
you dry, and then they settle.
Mm-hmm.
And after they've ran you dry, ruin your reputation, and ruin you, and then they're like, okay, we're cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go away.
That's kind of what happened in my first fish one. We racked up like over 6 figures in lawyer fees because we were fighting a huge company. And then once they were like, they're not a problem anymore, and they just kind of walked away and said, we're good.
Did they write you a check?
No.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll write you a check, and it's like, $200,000 less than what your legal bill was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to go ahead and just, and then your lawyer's like, listen, you got to take this deal because, if we go to trial,
they're going to keep churning you.
My lawyer is like, listen, if we're going to go to trial, it's another $100K.
Mm-hmm.
What? It's another $100K to go to trial.
Our guy was trying to push it this trial.
Yeah. I had Tom Bean that was navigating my deal and telling me what to do.
I had a guy that thought his pockets were full and they weren't. And my lawyer, you know the law firm, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fop hop ilop.
Yep.
Pop a mop bop e double op.
Yeah, and they definitely wanted to go to court.
1.56. 0.156. 186. I forget what it was.
Nice figure.
Well, they're going. These 5 police officers in Memphis now have been arraigned. They've all pled not guilty. Yep. I think it's pretty. You know what? I don't even think that I don't think the state of Tennessee even has to. I think they just hit play on the tape.
Yeah, but they have to show which officer's done what, because
I know, but
without breaking it down, all 5 of them might not be as bad as let's say 2. I don't
right charges.
Yeah, I think the state of Tennessee goes, jury, I'd like to identify each 5 of these police officers on this particular tape. Here's this guy, and when they play it and they show what he did, and then here's this guy, and here's what he did, and then here's the 3 other dudes and what they did. And you know what? You guys, it's pretty self-explanatory.
I would love to see how they plan on defending themselves. As far as what
it was so egregious. It was so egregious.
Of course it was.
Especially once he was detained already.
It was so egregious.
Hands behind his back.
The guy's got his hands behind his back.
Like, honestly, up until that point, okay, you can make the argument
that
whatever.
He ran.
Yeah. Or he's being violent or something. But once he has his hands behind his back and he's no longer a threat, to start punching him or kicking him, come on.
Anything short of, and I know that this does not set well with a lot of people. But this guy could have been a complete scumbag, and killed a whole bunch of people, and whatever, But once you've detained the bad guy, you kind of got to protect them a little bit. Even though this guy could be the biggest scumbag. I don't know what this guy did.
So your hands are clean.
But once you've detained him,
don't do anything.
You've got him. You've got him arrested.
Yeah.
You've got him detained. You've got him, hands behind the back, legs shackled, hog-tied, by however you have them so that they're no longer a threat. Maybe they could potentially spin on you, I guess, but this guy didn't. But needless to say, once you've detained them and they can no longer physically hurt you, you almost have to switch gears and protect that person and make sure they're okay and they're not in the middle of the street and some guy doesn't have their a knee on the back of their neck and they're not breathing carbon monoxide, car fumes. And, you got to kind of not coddle them, but you at least have to not put them in a protective way.
Well, they do that with criminals all the time. They send them to the hospital. You know what I mean? It's not like they just let people die.
Well, if as soon as they're in custody, they're your responsibility.
Right. And so when you give somebody an ass whipping after they're in custody, man, that is solidly on you.
I've heard too that they were hiring officers to do what they were doing in that line of work that maybe weren't the best of people to begin with.
Kind of like the mayor of Kingston. Lummy, you into that? I've been getting into it?
Yeah.
I got to get back into it.
Is that because nobody wants to be a cop? Is it one of those deals?
I think
short on staff.
I think in today's age, man.
Like, why would you ever want to be a cop?
If you would want to be a police officer 10 years ago, so that you could, I mean, listen, cop work can, I mean, I know some cops that are making, with overtime over $100,000.
It's public record. I was looking up what a few St. Pete cops were making.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money to be made in cop work, but
it's a dangerous job.
I was telling Lummy the other day about what some of these St. Pete cops were making. And
$140.
Yeah,
there's some guys that have been on the force that are now on the drop program. That Blitz have been there 25, 30 years that are making $140,000 with overtime and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I'm cool with that.
And so, but listen, so what? Let's say you got into cop work, 20 years ago. You're getting ready to retire. You're going to have a great pension. You're going to have great benefits. You were able to weather the storm through all of our, social things that we've gone through, and you had when you got into being a cop, it wasn't the cesspool of humanity that you're dealing with now. And, you didn't have all this social media and all the body cams.
Respectable work.
Yeah. Now, who in the hell, regardless of what it pays, would want to deal with the degenerate society that you're dealing? You're not dealing with the best of people. You're not dealing with Bubba Clem that you pull over and you ask why he's speeding and he's polite to you, and I have my driver's license ready and I'm not going to pose any threat to you at all, and if you've asked me to step outside my vehicle, I will.
By the way, that's also why you won't get shot.
Right. And if they ask me, if they can search my car, I'll say, no, sir, I'm not going to let you search my car. And they're like, okay, we're going to go get a dog. I say, okay, that'd be fine. Get a dog. Where would you like me to sit, or would you like to, handcuff me and detain me while you do this? No problem. Whatever. I mean, if they're going to search your car, Blitz, they're going to search your car.
Yep.
You might as well not fight the guy.
Nope.
So, but you're not dealing with that guy. You're dealing with people that are running from you, that are shooting at you, that are calling you a mother effer.
And a lot of them know, hey, if I get arrested again, I'm going to jail for a while, and they don't want to do that.
Right,
so.
And then you got Big Brother on you at all times.
Well, I think even beyond that, the element that's kind of new is that if you're a white guy cop,
guilty,
you're probably going to be a little less trigger happy than you used to be.
Absolutely.
And then you're in more danger because the bad guy might be shooting you before you shoot him.
Right. I mean, remember that girl?
And God forbid you get to him first. Now you're racist, and,
right?
And people know your name and your face, and they can harass you and all that stuff.
If you're a white guy that's entering cop work and you pull over a not so good guy, and he has a gun.
And God forbid he's not the same color as you.
Right, and he's African-American man, and he's a little trigger-happy, and you're not very trigger-happy just because of the society we live in.
You don't want to be considered racist or something.
So, you know what? What you should have done is, procedurally pulled your gun out and shot the guy because he had a gun, and he was pointing it towards you. But you hesitated. You hesitated just that one, and now you're dead.
You're dead.
Yep. And your wife, and you've lost your whole. I mean, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Who would want to get it? And plus, you got Big Brother, the body cam watching you at all times, and it's just. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be a cop. Well, I wouldn't want to be a white guy being a cop right now.
I feel like even sometimes with video evidence, your name still isn't cleared.
No, you're not, because it's some of it's taken out of context.
You could have done something. You could have jujitsu'd him. It's like, yeah, he had a gun. No, I couldn't have jujitsu'd him. You know what I mean? So people always will throw that out there.
And then here's the other thing. Let's say that you have the body cam and the media, the guy is showing signs of like he wants to fight you. And so you get him out of the car. There's a big fight that goes on.
Yeah.
And you finally get him apprehended or in custody, but in doing so, Blitz, you had to maybe billy club him or use a few of your your things on your utility belt. But nonetheless, it was a a clean exchange. The media, you don't know what part of that exchange the media is going to put on there.
They just show you beating them.
And they don't show the 5 minutes that, why he was defiant and had his hands on his wheel and said, I will not get out of this vehicle. Screw you, stupid ass cop.
Swinging at you.
No, they didn't put any of that. They just put on there when you curbed him like Pat McGovern, and that's a cop curbs Jerome, lead story at 5.
Yep.
That's all.
I would
they
never
didn't
want to
show
be a cop.
Jerome fighting the guy, for 5 minutes before, refusing to get out of his vehicle, not being compliant, not rolling his window down, putting you at jeopardy. I tell you, I want to be a cop. I want to be a cop that sits inside and does desk work all day.
Eating donuts.
I wouldn't even want to deal with the society.
No.
I mean, because the society sucks. Our world sucks. People suck. Not all of us. Most of us are actually pretty good. But the ones that do suck, they suck so bad that they ruin it for the good ones. Would you be a cop in today's society, Blitz? Not. I mean,
No way.
if you had to be, I guess you would. But my God, you automatically are guilty. You're white.
Mm-hmm.
You're smart, and you like guns. You're going to prison forever, buddy.
I know. I would never be a cop, and it's not for any reason against the cops. It's the public.
Police work intrigues me. I have so many police officer friends, and there was a time where, before I got into radio, I would have maybe wanted to be a cop.
You tried to be a sheriff.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
tried to be a top cop.
Cop.
But not in today's world. No way. Not dealing. Because you know why? Here's the one thing of all. I like to be alive. I like to live. I love my family. And here's the deal. Back in the day when you were copping, if you're a good cop, you could pretty much keep yourself out of a jam, and you could pretty much ensure the fact that you're going to come home every night because you just knew the bad guys and the good guys, and you knew what to stay away from, and you knew how to get back up, and you just knew the deal. You're a seasoned veteran. In today's society, man, you don't know what you're dealing with, and there's a chance you may not come home.
Yeah.
Like that poor kid from Polk County who was just, serving
22,
backup.
23?
23 years old, good-looking kid. Blake.
Yes.
And all he was
Blaine.
Yeah, Blaine. He was just serving. He was outside while his superiors were serving a search warrant into this known meth head bitch's house, and he's not even in the and there's several shots fired inside the mobile home, goes through the tin, the 1 zillionth inch of tin skin, and hits this guy underneath the armpit, the only place that his vest doesn't cover, and kill him.
And it seemed like he was fine at the beginning, remember? And
yeah,
then
they said the bullet just said maybe in the shoulder, but it wasn't just contained in the shoulder area. It actually had traveled down to the heart and then penetrated the heart, and he was dead. So, yeah, screw being a cop.
Yeah.
I think we're done for the day. Lummy, you wanted to do a sports show, and I got to poop, and I'm going to the ball game.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.